What's more soul-crushing than the suburbs? The isolation, the nosy neighbor always wanting to know what you're getting into, the tall, lanky, human-like mutants who slowly creep through the night with their long claws and dark eyes. You know, the normal American suburb. Hey everyone, today we are talking about Welcome to the Habitrails, a solo horror tabletop game that is baked in this surreal goodness and created by Aoland. To start things off, I've actually been kind of obsessed with this game as of late, and there's a couple reasons, really good reasons why. The first being obviously is the atmosphere, the setting. When you start this game, your character, the person you are journaling as, wakes up in a neighborhood, a suburban house, with the words, "Welcome to the Habitrails," scratched into your living room wall. So already creepy. But another thing is no one in the neighborhood knows why they are there. And strange things keep happening, but it's not like a strange things where everyone is getting together and doing something about it, because that would involve having actual community in the suburbs, which, if you've lived in the suburbs, you know is not really a thing. Instead, it really makes the player feel this isolation that you feel in the suburbs. This game is very surreal and very philosophical. Why can't I not say philosophical? There we go. Very philosophical. I've been in the suburbs too long. Very philosophical in the ways it handles these real world feelings, but also making the world feel very supernatural and surreal. It feels very, I know it's kind of cliche to say Lynchian, but it reminds me very much of Blue Velvet, this idea of living in this quote-unquote normal place, but having all these horrible, wild things happening. Another great thing about this game is how many different prompts there are. A lot of solo tabletop games uses deck of cards or Jenga towers or dice, which I really do enjoy those systems, but Welcome to the Habitrails uses a tarot deck, so you're going to have the major arcana, the minor arcana. By using a tarot deck, you just have so many more choices. Along with that, there's a mechanic involved in Welcome to the Habitrails, which I haven't seen in another solo tabletop game yet, in which you actually pull 2 cards every time you're going to start a new day, and you choose out of those 2 cards which kind of path you want to take. When you choose one card, the other card does not go back in the deck, it instead gets burned. So you really have to make hard choices, kind of like every single time a new day comes, but it also really allows you to mold this experience, mold this story how you want to, which, I mean, is fantastic. I played a lot of solo tabletop games where I'll pull a card and be like, oh, okay, so this is happening now. I kind of have to, like, put a circle in a square to make it happen, but having this burn mechanic really allows you to have more choices. And then the last thing that really brings this all together is the variety of questions. Like I said, you're using a tarot deck, so there's already a lot of them. You get to burn a card, so you get choices, but the variation of what the different prompts are going to ask you is very large and very vast, and I really like that. One day in your house, you might have a completely normal day where you find a video game system, but you do find a video game that disturbs you, don't get me wrong. Who knows what it is. But the next day, you might awaken to find a vaguely human-like mutant creature with long arms and slender limbs slowly moving towards you, which is very terrifying, but it really helps bring out that weirdness of this setting, the strangeness, the, oh no, this is regular suburban life, but there's also something else going on here, and really helps play into the surrealist, this mystery of what this place is. I think all the things I just talked about really help you tell really interesting stories with this game, and I really think that's the important part. Welcome to the Habitrails really allows you to shape your experience, and all the mechanics play towards that, all the questions play towards that, and I really appreciate that in a solo tabletop game. You are really going to be able to play this over and over and over again and get different experiences, different feelings of the neighborhood, different outcomes. And the thing with the outcome is you really just play until you don't want to anymore. You play until your story is over. It's great. Even if you aren't someone who plays a lot of tabletop games, I would recommend this game if you're a writer or artist of any kind, just to flex your creative muscles, just to play this. I mean, I'm always someone who recommends people who don't play tabletop games, who are writers or filmmakers or photographers or really any type of artist, to check out journaling games because I really think there's a lot of value in having constraints when you're telling a story, but also being able to mold it the way you want to. I think there's a lot of value in that, and I think Welcome to the Habitrails really shows the value of that. So if you want to take a journey to the Habitrails yourself, you can pick up a digital version of Welcome to the Habitrails at itch.io. Along with that, if you want a physical version of this game, which this game is very beautiful, I mean, the cover is great, you can head over to knaveofcups.com, in which you can pick up a physical version. And while you're there, check out everything else that's going on at knaveofcups.com, because honestly, they have some really cool stuff, and it is one of my favorite tabletop shops, especially if you want more specialty books or special prints. It is a super cool website, and the people who run it are fantastic. They're wonderful people. And so yeah, go check that out. I really recommend this game, and I'm going to be playing it a lot in the future. So yeah, go experience suburban life. Who doesn't want that? You don't want that, trust me, you don't want that. But go have fun.